Viewers, as we've promised you, we are going to bring to you here at UKEN TV presidential aspirants in Kenya, because we know it's a huge one. For the first time, you get to vote and your vote counts. So this is the time we have Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, Deputy Prime Minister. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
So first and foremost, I acknowledge the fact that you're an office holder in Kenya, you're Deputy Prime Minister. So we would like to know from the diaspora, as we have seen so many top government officials accessing the diaspora, why the huge interest with the diaspora?
Well, I think the recognition has come that the diaspora is a constituency that can no longer be ignored in Kenya from very many respects. One, with the improved communication levels, they have a very, very strong influence in terms of opinion shaping. They are also playing a very prominent role in the economy of our country. They are supporting their own family members. Over and above that, they are now participating in various investment areas or opportunities in the country, therefore creating jobs, so to speak. That again is very critical. And finally, more important is that these are Kenyans, and the Constitution has granted them every right to participate in shaping the destiny of our country. And whereas they were unable to play a useful role in the past, now they can play it more directly because the Constitution now grants them an opportunity to actually make a very specific decision on the kind of leadership they want in their country.
Fantastic. And now, for that long you've been in office, we have not seen you proactively in the limelight. Why is the backseat?
Well, I've never been in the backseat. I think what I would say is that perhaps people have been focusing on different issues. But if you follow closely, I entered politics in Kenya in 1989, and I have played a role as a Minister for Supplies and Marketing. I was the Minister for Finance from 1993 to 1997. And if you recollect, I was at the forefront in making sure that we opened up the economy to allow a unified exchange rate, to remove the import licensing, to remove price controls, to completely transform the country. I was there to create the Kenya Revenue Authority. I was there to bring the legislation that altered the framework of the central bank in Kenya. In addition to that, I have served as Minister for Agriculture. I've served Minister for Transport and Communications. I've served as Minister for Local Government, where I have been at the forefront in bringing out devolution in our Constitution. In addition to that, I'm a Deputy Prime Minister. I've also been a Vice President. So when somebody says I've been in the background, I only wonder where they've been looking.
Fantastic. You've answered that question well, because we would like Kenyans out there to know that you've been busy working, and that's what you've just told me. Now, you moved from the ODM to UDF, and now you're leading UDF. Why the move, and why did you decide UDF was the right place for you?
Now, one of the things that we wanted to achieve as a country is not just more democratic space in the context of the national constitution, but we also wanted to have more democratic space in our political parties. Now, unfortunately, in ODM, they were embracing restrictive constitutional issues in the context of the party law. I'm not talking the national constitution here. So, for instance, they would say that if you want to be a presidential candidate, that is the preserve of the party leader and nobody else. Now, clearly, then that suppresses competition, which was negating the very basic principles that were coming out in the Constitution. I lobbied very hard to try and get them to alter the Constitution. They did not. It was after I had left that they then said, now we have agreed to amend the Constitution. We would like you to come back. But here was a case where you're trying to close the stables when the horses have left.
You've actually given a lot of Kenyans hope by having UDF and the kind of democracy we've seen you condoning. It's very impressive. But what is the manifesto? What is the party manifestos? Why should, what policies do you stand for that people would work with you?
Well, the manifesto is going to roll out very soon because this is a process where we have our experts working on the details of it. But I can give you some highlights around what we stand for. First of all, we want to be very strong in ensuring that the Constitution is implemented as desired by the Kenya people. The issue of introducing and making devolution work is one of the key issues that we want to do if we are given the opportunity by Kenyans. The other thing we want to undertake is that we want to ensure that we can have a unity of purpose. We can bring the Kenyans to work together. We are also going to work on a platform of reconciliation because we are coming from a very difficult situation in our country. And bearing in mind that we are transiting at two levels, one from one president who is no longer going to be contesting, but also going to move to the first elections under the new constitution. You definitely need leadership that will be all-embracing, all-inclusive, and that is what we want to offer through the UDFP party. The final thing that is critical is that we want to focus on responsible economic management. We also want to be able to provide the tenets for security in our country, bearing in mind that there are many challenges we have been facing.
Great. Honorable Mudavadi, you're here in the UK because the UDF UK chapter is launching. I mean, how exciting is that for the party to be launching a UK chapter? And a lot of people have worked at the background to see this work. What role did you play to make sure that these people in the UK have actually done the groundwork for you?
First of all, I want to thank them. I want to thank Mr. Tim Chege, who has been at the center of this, and his entire team, Mr. Kikaya and others. First of all, let me say, I'm really impressed. They've done a tremendous job. And what they have done is a first of its kind because by launching the UDF-P, that is party, UDF party offices in London, they're setting the pace. They have set the pace. And so far, they have enrolled 900 people as officially registered members. And some of them have taken life membership certificates from here. So this is a very, very significant step. London is important in many ways. It is a center which is critical because of the historical ties between the UK and Kenya. And it's a major platform from which we can reach out to the diaspora, get them to participate fully in the party affairs and participate also in the Kenyan affairs. So I want to say that they've done a tremendous job. I'm proud of them. We as a party are also proud of them. We'll give them all the support. And MACU, this is an initiative that they are doing voluntarily. That is very, very significant.
Fabulous. We've been very impressed by the work they've done. Not many presidential candidates have come here and received the kind of, the kind of support that you've received.
In fact, I think they're the only party that have formally put together an opportunity where we have launched an office here. Ordinarily, you'd have called it the UDFP London House, but the more important is that we call it the London chapter at this stage.
Fantastic. Now, why would diaspora vote for you? What have you got to offer the diaspora?
I think the diaspora needs to, you see, the exposure in terms of what is happening globally is very critical. They want to know that a country is stable, They want to know that investment opportunities are there. They want to know that the policies that a government is putting in place are consistent and there's respect for the rule of law. That is what they want. And indeed, that is what other Kenyans also want. So I want to assure Kenyans in the diaspora that I would be very open to dialogue with them, to help them work and participate with us. The country is, of course, setting up, formulating a diaspora policy at this point in time. But in my government, we would go beyond that. We would have a very clear department that would be dedicated to focus on issues of concern that affect the Kenyan diaspora, so that there would be specific people liaising with the diaspora and looking at issues that are of interest or of concern to them on a day-to-day basis, and not a situation where we want to engage with them at every election cycle.
So why are you the right candidate for Kenya? Because you did not just say, I'm a presidential candidate. I don't think it was a simple decision, but why are you the right candidate?
I think first of all, I have the experience. I've been in public office for quite some time. But I offer an opportunity of assurance, of giving assurance to Kenyans. I'm a non-polarizing factor. My platform in the politics has always been national. I have never been somebody who subscribes to ethnic-oriented politics. So I would want to say that this non-polarizing position that I have, one that can give confidence to everybody. I'm a leader that you would respect, but not a leader that you fear. I don't want to be feared, but I want to be respected. And I want to assure all Kenyans that they'll get a fair chance and there'll be no sacred cows. Everybody will be looking at the rule of law.
So in your opinion, what is the Kenya for the future?
The Kenya for the future is very vibrant. You are part of that future. The future is now. And I think we have an opportunity to take it from here and move forward. Kibaki has played his role, but in reality, these are senior Kenyans who played a very, very significant role in bringing independence to the country and being there for a fairly long time. But I think Kenya has come of age where we now need to make that generational adjustment as a people, from the people who played a critical role in setting up the foundation for the country, and we respect them and value them for that. But I think we are now reaching a stage where the new generation has got to move in.
How do we bring about national unity? Because a lot of us are very worried about that. Because 2007, we saw what happened. We were crying left, right, and center in the UK. Are we going to see the same thing in 2013? Or how can we bring about national unity?
I think elect me, vote for me, and we'll be able to usher in that national unity. We don't want a polarized nation. We want an all-inclusive nation. We want to dialogue. And at the same time, we want to be a country that can get away from that sense of national guilt that we all carry because of the events of the past. We want to look forward, and that's the commitment I want to give Kenyans.
Fantastic. You have a chance now to talk to the diaspora. Write a message to the diasporas. Talk to them. It's your time.
Well, the message here is that be part of this change. Join us. Support me. We want to usher Kenya into the future. And the UDFP party, which is the vehicle that I shall be using, is the right party.
Well, viewers, you've heard that Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, presidential candidate, Kenya 2013. I believe with what we've heard, we are going to have a president right here. And for the first time, as in the UK, get to meet Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. He has told us what he believes is the Kenya for the future. And if you do believe in your vote, because that is the vote that's going to change Kenya, make sure that you stand out and make sure that you vote, because Kenya needs you. In the diaspora, even those ones who are in Kenya watching this program, Kenyans in Germany, we need you to actually get out and vote. I said UDFP party have come here in the UK, they brought their leaders to us. So what else do we want apart from engaging with the Kenyan politics? Thank you very much for taking your time at UKEN TV.
Thank you.